And Mavropanos, the former Arsenal man, wheeling away in delight. A crucial point, of course, for West Ham United in their fight to stay in the league. But a couple of hours earlier, maybe even an hour earlier than that, David Raya was making a crucial save for Arsenal, Jamie.
I mean, it's fantastic. Listen, we think Arsenal are going to go on and win the league. He's been one of the biggest reasons why, not just this season, but the actual signing and changing him for Ramsdale. But that save at 0-0, that's the vital part. I mean, to get that leg out there, absolutely brilliant goalkeeping. And that kept it 0-0 until we know what happened.
Well, we know what happened with the substitution, but also a goalkeeping error at the other end, Thierry.
Again, goalkeeper of England, the goalkeeper of Italy, massive mistake. That's an error. Once again, you can see a Darman on the ball, getting a throw-in, staying in his position, knowing that he's alone, asking for the ball, as you can see here, going back on his left foot, allowed to cross, and then Pickford, that's just a mistake. Nkapia didn't know too much about it, but Gyökeres, we're going to go back first to the cross. Yes, good flight, good cross, but I still expected at that moment Pickford to do better in the middle, and he goes on to celebrate and making 1-0.
Everton are pushing for equaliser. We're into stoppage time in the game. And
because I remember my first goal, I remember my first moment. I remember, that level of expectation. I could relate. But what I like here, the way, it's kind of this one is pretty obvious, and obviously Dewsbury Hall is going to think that he's going to shoot at a particular moment. Not shoot, but try to hit it. But the way he goes on his right foot, to go and pass him at that particular moment, as you're going to see here. But nevertheless, I'm talking about, you're going to see it here when the ball goes there, he pushes it with his right foot, and again with his right foot. That's very unlike a left-footed player, regardless of what it is. Even if you're not an Arsenal fan, at that particular moment, I think that everyone could relate, and we're happy for him, and maybe put the Arsenal a thing on the side. He gave me goosebumps, I'll be honest.
The youngest ever Premier League scorer at 16 years and 73 days. He might have been back at school today, 16 years and 75 days. The youngest in English top division history, though, remains Jason Dezelle of Ipswich, who was 16 days younger when he did the feat in February 1984. How excited should we be about Max Dowman moving forward, Thierry?
Very, very. I was there when they did it. And if someone told me he was going to have the career that he had, I would have said maybe. But what you need to do is to make sure that we can also protect him along the way, because we have a special talent here, not only for Arsenal, but for English football. But let's not get overexcited with that. Am I happy that he's at Arsenal? Hell yeah, I'm happy that he's at Arsenal. But we also need to protect him and not go too far too early with what he can achieve.
Do you think it's a significant moment, that shift?
Yeah, I think you're talking about Rooney. I think the great players who start as youngsters and go on to have great careers, they always have moments that you remember as a youngster. You have to make that impact. He's done that. It almost feels inevitably to go on to have a really good career. But as Thierry's right there, how special, we do not know yet. There's still a lot of pitfalls and obstacles he's got to overcome. He's only a young man, but what a start he's made.
He certainly has, and of course, he caught the eye of every Arsenal fan, watching around the country as well. And despite the fact he came on the 74th minute, he was the highest rated player in the Finalysis Team of the Week with 93. Mavropanos with a starring role for West Ham United in that back four. Some of that might be that ball he took in the face, which was extraordinary. Bruno Fernandes rating really highly as well for Manchester United. And Eddie Howe, the manager of the week, masterminding Newcastle's 1-0 victory at Stamford Bridge. Also on Saturday evening. So might Max Dowman now feature in the Carabao Cup final? Might he throw him in from the start? Who knows? We will find out. 3:30 on Sunday. We're looking forward to that. And at 10:30 tonight, Thierry and Jamie are going to have a closer look at Arsenal's style this season. 9 points clear. A lot of people think it's done now. A lot of people have been saying that for a lot of weeks.
About that, and Saturday's win over Everton, all about young Max Dowman.
Yeah, amazing moment for him. And one of those great moments in the Premier League when you see the scenes at the end when, that second goal goes in. It's not just because he scored, it was the fact that the game was over, because, as I said, it felt like a very nervous 90 minutes for Arsenal right from, start to finish. Everton had some real chances in that first half as well. But this was just brilliant, wasn't it? For him, one of those moments that I think we'll all remember. We've seen so many youngsters in the past have those special moments in the Premier League, and that was that was right up there with the best of them. But not just about him. It was Arsenal going for the league, and if you are going to win the league, we say it and see it every season. You have to win games late, and that's what Arsenal are doing right now. It wasn't the best performance that we've seen from them all season, but they still came out winners as they normally do.
Did it feel a big week for City in that two competitions had almost felt that they were slipping away, and you could see that Pep Guardiola was frustrated after the Real Madrid game, and so too after drawing with West Ham on Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, when you think of the weekend, it could have been completely different in terms, you think of the Jordan Pickford mistake, if City hang on there. Because I was actually looking at the Champions League situation thinking, if Man City go out the Champions League, and you think of those results over the weekend, could have been slightly different. I think most of us coming in here today would be thinking, no midweek football from Manchester City going forward, and that might give them a little bit of an edge in terms of winning the Premier League. But as I said, we had all the drama at the Emirates, and then we've seen what happened at West Ham, and it looks like they've got one hand on the trophy.
Given the gap is how it is now, does that make the psychological element of the Carabao Cup final lesser?
I think so. Yeah, I think the most important thing for both teams would be the league. I think Arsenal will be desperate to get their hands on a trophy. And this thing of going so long without a trophy, I think Mikel won one in his first season, but not really his team, if you like. And I think they'll want to put that to bed, that this team who always finish second, never quite get over the line. And we think they will in the Premier League, but that's probably a couple of months away in May. So they'll be desperate to get their hands on silverware now for the first time in a few years. Despite the fact there were so many significant results over the course of the weekend, the enduring image would be Chelsea surrounding Paul Tierney in the centre circle at Stamford Bridge.
Scenario where seventh could lead to Champions League football. So basically, if Chelsea or Liverpool were to finish in fifth place and win the Champions League, which is possible, and Aston Villa were to finish in sixth place and win the Europa League, which is possible. Then the team who finished seventh would be qualifying for the Champions League. I mean, that would be extraordinary, Jamie, wouldn't it?
It would be amazing. I thought we'd maybe got our maximum when you think of this season in terms of 6 teams, but that would be absolutely amazing for the Premier League. But not just the Premier League. Imagine Brentford in the Champions League. I mean, they've been on some journey. As I said, the club has run fantastically well, but that would be the icing on the cake. And I would definitely take that. I would take that.
I'm sure you would.
In most other games, there'd be a lot more made about your block against Everton. Is that the best of your career, and have you ever done anything like that before?
Yeah, I think so far, yeah, it is the best one, and also I think it was so important for the result and for the team. So I'm really happy about this.
The reason we haven't been speaking about it too much is because the manner of the win at the weekend, some big moments, big goals. Max, of course, did it feel huge for you as well, being on the pitch?
Yeah, I think atmosphere as well was unbelievable, and as I said before, it was a crucial match, and so happy for the team that we won, and we keep going on this.
Hi there, Ricardo.
Yeah.
Can you just give us an insight a little bit into Max, what kind of person he is, and like when we're watching him, we're pretty amazed. What is it like for the players when they watch him?
Yeah, obviously the first time that you see him on the pitch, you're like quite curious about him, because you think he's so young, but at the same time he's so mature, on the pitch, and still yes, he can improve many things, but is a talent. I mean, you can see, but at the same time I think we have to leave him like quiet and don't speak about him too much, because he has everything.
So with that in mind, I mean, all the players clearly love him.
Yeah.
Do they give him advice? Do you speak to him? What have you said to him?
For sure, we try to give some advices, but I think for the moment is doing well, even without our advices.
Tom. Thank you.
Hi Ricardo, there's obviously a lot on the line this season, and there's been a lot of high intensity games.
Yeah.
What's it been like to play in those moments of really high pressure when there's so much on the line?
I think it's especially now, like from March on to the next few months, it's the best part of the season as well. No, you started so early, like in with the pre-season, and then you work so hard to get to this point, to be in all the competition, and to be like so close to win. And yeah, I think it's the dream, no, to be here.
And you've worked with someone new this season, Gabriel Heinze, as a defensive coach. I noticed that before the games, he kind of grabs the defenders in a bit of a huddle. How has that changed you? How has he changed you? And has those moments really helped you this season?
The huddle, or just him?
Both him and the huddles, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like him as a person, and yeah, I think I can learn so much from him, especially because he was a top player and he played for top teams. So yeah, he gave me, to me and to all the defenders, so many advices, and we always listen to him. And also, as I said, I like him as a person as well.
James.
Hi, Ricardo. Obviously, there have been some frustrating moments since you came to Arsenal with injuries. Just want to get a sense now that you've come back in the last few weeks. Do you feel like you're fully fit and you can trust your body for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I always trusted my body. If you think about last season, I was, in my point of view, really unlucky because it was both MCLs in a really strange way, and this obviously it didn't help me a lot. But this season, I mean, until December, I was feeling amazing, and then injuries are part of our work. Unfortunately, I would love to be always fit, and we try always our best, but sometimes you have to accept. But anyway, as I said before, this season we made a huge step in terms of the depth of the squad. So we have so many players that can help the team, and now that I'm back, I feel good. So
you mentioned the depth there. You've got not just Piero, Miles, Julian as well, I guess, as a left back. What's the competition like between you guys on the training field right now?
I think we're all friends. Like I love them, and I have a good relation with them, and we are friends. First of all, obviously, then on the pitch you try to compete to get ahead of them. But yeah, we are friends, and they're all really good players, I think.